sizable case.
How you doing, buddy?
How you feeling?
Good,
Awesome.
thank you.
Mark, number 7.
What do you, well,
Mark.
I was just, did I told you I left it on your desk. I notarized those things, I copied you, I sent them to that Callie that,
Yeah, so I
is
saw,
that the right one?
yeah, I saw the email.
Okay.
Too many pilots.
I'm going 7 on that.
The, old church on Village,
Okay, 7's good.
100 units
And
there.
what about 6?
100 you, but the parking has
6 is
to be
good?
at the bottom, yeah, underneath.
Okay.
I
5?
don't know if there's enough parking, I looked at it,
Good.
there's a lot of parking.
Unless it's in the, I
4?
don't know how deep it is in the back.
4's good? Yep, I'm talking to 4. Hi everyone, my name is Gary Zuckerman and welcome to the Gary Zuckerman book signing. Okay, good? Okay. Talking here.
Hi, my name is Hope Vespia, and I'm here to tell a few jokes.
Number 3 is good. Hello, my name is Pamela Jaffe and I'm here to tell a few jokes. Number 2? 2's good, Mark? You tell a few jokes. Mark, 2 is 2 good?
It's right over there.
Oh, I have one.
Oh, you have one?
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate you are the best.
Oh, yes. And now I'll tell a few jokes.
We tell good jokes. Hey, Mark, is 2 good? Okay. How are you on 1?
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Hello, my name is Town Clerk Hope Vespia, and I'm here to tell a few jokes.
this, Tommy? I've gotten used to it.
John, I just uploaded those as well.
26.
Yeah, mm-hmm,
That's what, yeah, that's the one I'm using.
okay.
How come I'm not on here?
And I'm gonna publish it right now.
I can't, I don't have nothing on here.
Yeah.
No, it's step. Do I leave that right there? Is that okay?
I thought you were coming into the, I thought you were gonna come in and show the videos of the archives.
I have the video, but when you came in, you didn't ask me, so I thought things changed.
Change.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
See, you came over.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, no problem. I didn't know
Dan?
anymore. This is something else that he sent, like explained it, but I said put the date. And I put it on there, but
Thank you so much.
no, that was the description that he gave, and then I opened up.
Well, I can share the password. That's gone already. I just want, before we say, I just wanted you to know, I don't know if you heard regarding Randy, he just came back from, Vietnam this morning, and his father is in hospice. So that's why he's not here.
I didn't realize he got back this morning.
When are we ready? Hello, everybody. Hello, members of the public. Debbie, was anybody waiting for us online?
Later on, I'm gonna show you the video, it's fun.
You show it to everybody.
Yeah, I wanna show you that video.
No, but we don't turn it on and off.
You're right, go attention.
We
lady.
had one person who was
What
waiting
attention?
online and gave up.
And I think it was, Mr. Sprague,
Yeah.
Chris's dad.
Oh. Oh, who's the other one?
No, it's just, Chris's father, Mr.
Well, it was
Sprague.
two and then it was.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's just us.
Okay. Are we ready to go?
You're on.
We're on, okay. Welcome, everybody, to the Rye Town Council meeting of February 19th, 2026. I will note that we are starting a bit late. It is now 6:54. So please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. O Lord, bless this assemblage, grant us the wisdom to make every decision fair-minded in the best interest for all its residents. Amen.
Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Councilperson Debbie Friedman. Councilperson Pamela Jaffe.
Here.
Councilperson Randy Selyer won't be here. Councilperson Thomas Nardi.
Here.
And Supervisor Gary Zuckerman.
Here. First item will be adoption of minutes held on January 6th, 2026. Keeps almost saying 2025. May I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not,
That's good.
all in favor?
Aye.
None opposed. We have a public hearing that we called at the last meeting for a local law to adopt the Westchester County Greenway Compact. Debbie, do you want to, let me have a first. Let me have a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is open.
We'll have to do it without visuals. So we are joining a small group, thank you very much, of communities that have joined the Hudson River Valley Greenway Compact. There are about 1,500 communities in New York State. There are 320 communities in the Hudson Valley region. Rye is already a Hudson River Valley Greenway community, and that in and of itself has unlocked grant funds for us. However, it's still very competitive to get grant funding. By joining the compact, we are joining 61 other communities. So in other words, we are reducing the number of communities against which we are competing. And we unlock even more grant funds that become available. For example, we've just submitted a Trailways grant for also to the Hudson River Valley Greenway. By being a compact community, we would have gained 5 additional points in our competition. This is an organization that's particularly committed to planning grants and facilitating intermunicipal cooperation, so that this is a policy that they are trying to effectuate by providing incentives for communities to work together. In other words, if we're applying for a planning grant, we would be eligible for $20,000 just because we're a Greenway community. If we partnered with another municipality, we would qualify for $45,000. As a compact community, we qualify for $50,000. If we work together with another municipality, we're eligible for $110,000. It just so happens we are planning a planning grant. So the timing is wonderful. It also enables us to become more competitive for grants offered by any of the state agencies that sit on the board of the Hudson River Valley Greenway. For example, the Department of State, the DEC, the Ag and Markets Markets Department, the New York State Parks Department, the Office of General Services, and the DOT. So there are a number of other remarkable aspects of joining the compact, and I know it's a very long agenda tonight, so I can tell you about them if you'd like, or you can ask questions, or we can proceed.
Well, tell us briefly.
One of the interesting aspects of this law is that by joining the compact, state agencies are required is too strong a word, but actively encouraged to coordinate with us if any of their projects affect the town directly. So if there is a road that the state is working on that happens to go by Crawford Park, they are required to inform us and listen to our concerns if we feel that they're not approaching it with particular aspects in mind. This is something that becomes part and parcel with being a compact community. Apparently there's also an indemnity clause. So if we find ourselves in a legal case in which the tenets of being a compact community are under attack. We can expect to have the interest of the State Attorney General's office interested. At their discretion, they could even pick up the matter and defend it on our behalf. If they choose not to do so, and we go forward and spend money on our legal defense, if we document throughout the process that the reasons that we are defending our case is in conjunction with the tenets of the Westchester, of the compact community, we're apparently eligible to be reimbursed by the Controller's Office.
But that's a good thing to know.
Agreed.
All right,
Or
thank
get into an adverse possession case.
you. All right, thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
Comments from members of the council?
Just to confirm, there's no cost associated with becoming a member and participating in this?
Zero cost.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Do we have any?
Natural outreach of our overall sustainability, our town sustainability efforts.
Yes, correct. One of the other also things I didn't mention was that we are eligible for technical support from the staff of the Hudson River Valley Greenway as well.
Fantastic.
Do we have any comments from members of the public? Do we know?
Well, there weren't any when I left my phone. Nope.
Okay, thank you. May I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved. Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
And now let us vote on the local law. May I have a motion and a second to approve the local law?
So moved.
Second.
Hope, please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman,
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe,
Yes.
Councilperson Nardi,
Yes.
and Supervisor Zuckerman.
Thank you, yes. The local law adopting the Westchester County Greenway Compact is passed. Do we have any comments from the public on non-agenda items?
No.
Let us move along to the resolutions. The first one, we have first a series of tax cert resolutions. Who's going to handle this? Charlie, Dan, Jeff?
I'll do it with the backup of Charlie and Dan. It's nice to have. We've got 3 tax certs. By the way, I am Jeffrey Binder. I'm the town attorney for the town of Bryan. And I handle as special counsel as well certain tax cert cases, along with my colleague Dan Tartaglia. These cases, we have 3 on today for settlement. The first one, I think this is in order from the agenda, the Dorak Petroleum, which is basically, I think that's an old gas station site. And the refunds to the school district, which we focus on pretty closely these days because they have a keen interest, and usually the refunds hit the school district pretty hard. They are relatively small, so this represents a very good settlement. The total refund to the school district, from the school district to the property owner from 2020 to 2024 is a total of $10,000. And as per usual course, we alert the school district ahead of the settlement. We let them know, and as a matter of fact, they're now represented by counsel, so I think, is it Portchester case?
No.
I'm sorry. We do alert the stakeholders ahead of time to these settlements, and so they're aware of it. And any issues they may or may may have are worked out ahead of time. So I would recommend that the council approve this settlement as it is outlined in the resolution.
Thank you, Jeff. Any questions? Otherwise, may I have a motion and a second?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Hope, please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yes.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes. The next cert?
Okay, the next cert is a single-family home also located in Mamaroneck on South Barry. It's a very small matter. The school district refund is about $5,000. I'd recommend settlement, or approving the settlement.
Motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yep.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes.
This next property, the last one on the list, is at 111 South Ridge Street. This is a Village of Rybrook case. The village has been informed of this ahead of time. They knew this was coming. This has been discussed at several stakeholder meetings that we have at least 3 times a year.
What about the Village of Portchester, pardon me, the Portchester, it's in the Portchester School
This is
District.
also Portchester School District. And as I mentioned before, they are now represented by their own counsel, which is very, very helpful to us because they provide a reliable pipeline of information to their client now. So we're hoping, this is relatively news, but we're hoping going forward that this will eliminate any miscommunication or lack of communication ahead of time vis-a-vis settlements and the burden on the school district in terms of refunds. I recommend that this case goes from 2020 to 2024. The total refund to the school district, as you can see, is just under $70,000. I recommend that the council approve this
And the-
settlement.
Do you have, what is the refund to the Village of Rybrook?
The village refund is about $29,000.
It's 7.4. I'm sorry, 7.3. Valenti.
Valenti, okay.
Mhm.
Is there any discussion? Otherwise, may I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yep.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to, at the conclusion of these, just express my appreciation to Dan Tortalia, who's my partner in negotiating many of these settlements, and these were well done.
Partner and not mine.
The assessor had something to do with it, too.
Good team.
We're gonna go to 7.6, resolution to set the date for a public hearing to authorize the commencement of acquisition by eminent domain of what is called the bridge on Barry Avenue over Otter Creek. Dan, do you want to tell us what all this is all about?
And actually Debbie can probably fill in portions of the history of this before I got involved. But there was an Otter Creek Bridge in Mamaroneck that needs to be replaced. And the supervisor and Deb Reisner have been working to get grant money to replace this bridge for a long time. This is-
The grant was approved in 2021.
Okay, yeah, 2021. So these wheels turn slowly. I got engaged about 6 months ago because there's 2 pieces on either side of the bridge that belong to the Westchester Land Trust, and the bridge is going to be angled slightly differently. So the town negotiated with the Land Trust to purchase these 2 small pieces and to obtain temporary construction easements on 2 other small pieces. And we had an appraisal done. I think the appraisal price is about $2,000. It's something de minimis. Yeah, it's some small number. But there's a number of conditions that the Land Trust has required in connection with the transaction. So there's been a lot of negotiation back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, seemingly endlessly, with the Land Trust, and we're pretty sure we're getting very close to the end. But New York State DOT, doesn't want to hear that. They want to know that you've got site control. Otherwise, you know, they're gonna pull the approvals on this.
It's only a grant of $4.5 million.
Right. So so what we're doing, and the land trust is aware of this, and they're not particularly happy about it, but it's kind of what's helping us push this across the finish line, hopefully, is we've indicated to them that we're going to take the property through eminent domain, if we can't close, like, very soon. So that's what this is. This tees up the first part of the eminent domain procedure law, or condemnation, as it's also referred to, which requires a public hearing and notification to the property owner, and the town has to establish the public purpose. So the public purpose here, obviously, is to build a bridge for the benefit of all of the residents of the town. So it'll be an easy burden to meet, but you still have to go through a public hearing process on this. So that's what this is for. It's to establish a date for the public hearing, authorize the clerk to send out the notices and publish the notices, mail the notices to the land trust. And if for some reason we can't seem to conclude this before March 19th, we'll be having a public hearing on eminent domain. So I don't know if you have any questions about any of that.
Are there any questions?
With the eminent domain, if we take it, do they get paid at all?
Yeah, no, they get
They
paid.
get paid market value?
They get paid market value. It's probably gonna be a little more than we negotiated,
Okay.
because under eminent domain procedure, valuation is done on a highest and best use, and those numbers are usually a little higher. I haven't really looked at this appraisal, but, you know, we're talking about,
Yeah.
we're talking about under $5,000.
Yeah, it's not much money, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions?
What was the obstacle or their opposition to this, to moving forward?
Today, yesterday, last week, I can go through a whole, it's a lot of minutia. It really is. I don't know, Deb, how would you characterize a lot of the comments that we've been dealing with?
Well, for quite a while, it was, this is so easy, we don't have to pay attention to this. For a very long time, it was that, right? And most recently, it's, I believe that they are requesting that we pay them to oversee the project.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
No, they want to send somebody periodically, and us pay them to make sure that the construction equipment that's on the temporary easement doesn't damage the land, and so they're gonna send somebody at several $100s an hour to do this. And to tell you the truth, I instructed Dan, enough of this already. We'll go forward with the eminent domain proceedings. I mean, we have a full engineering team that are responsible for this, and with hopefully responsible contractors. So this is it's just the proverbial pushing the goalposts further and further away. And at some point, you know, you have to say enough is enough. And that's the point. The purpose tonight is simply to call for a public hearing. That's all we're doing.
right.
And I
To
think
it-
that's important
to
because we know
establish
the
pub-
neighbors here are going to come to that public hearing because they have in the past.
Yeah, and it's only a public hearing for purposes of establishing public purpose. Has nothing to do with valuation whatsoever.
But there's a lot
Basically,
of,
it's a very short resolution. Basically, we're setting the date for the public hearing for our next regular meeting of March 19th, 2026. To authorize the commencement of acquisition by eminent domain pursuant to the eminent domain procedure law, that's confirming secret compliance, scheduling, EDPL Article 2 public hearing regarding the bridge to be held at the regular monthly meeting. And that's basically it, to establish secret compliance and that it's a public purpose. That's
You
okay.
you've already done secret
The
compliance.
secret has been,
Yeah, it's gonna
was
get
done
full-
over a year ago by
Right.
the engineering firm.
It'll get folded into this, correct.
So,
Okay.
all right,
Yes, sir.
motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
second,
Hope, please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman,
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe,
Yep.
Councilperson Nardi,
Thanks, so.
and
Yes.
Supervisor Zuckerman.
Yes, thank you.
Nardi?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan. You're welcome to stay around for the rest of the fun.
That's a blast from the past.
Watching on Facebook.
Finally, sending a message.
The next, the next two items are regarding our Green Resiliency Grant. Under the terms of the award, which is for Rye-Town Park, let me just backtrack. We received a Green Resiliency Grant in the amount of $8.1 million. And I've mentioned this previously, but in order to sign the grant agreement, we have to go through certain steps. The first two steps that this board will formally take are this resolution and the next resolution. The substance of this resolution is to do a couple of things that are required. One is to set forth that we have the matching funds. The grant is a 90% grant. We have to, the matching funds are the 10%, and the total project is $9 million, so that we have to come up with $900,000. Luckily, we also have a grant from the County of Westchester totaling $1.9 million, which we will use as a match. So we have to set forth in resolution where the match is coming from, and this resolution does that. It mentions the grant and says that the grant award from the County of Westchester is hereby identified as the source of matching funds for the GRG grant. And the second part is that the town council authorizes its use and hereby appropriates such funds for this purpose. And the third item that's required is to designate the town official who can execute the grant, and this resolution designates the town supervisor to execute the grant agreement and all associated contracts, documents, and instruments necessary to implement the project and fulfill the obligations under the grant agreement. So that's what this resolution.
When officers scan the license plate, they will see it's a scofflaw, and the villages can proceed to boot the car if they so choose.
Any questions?
So I just want to kind of give Debbie a standing ovation for this, because this was one of those moments in our budget session where we magically, A, got about $100,000 back into the budget, and B, really creative solution to one of our neighboring municipalities having millions of dollars in like unpaid parking tickets. So this was two birds, one stone, very graceful and great solution. So bravo.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I also really need to give a shout out to our the executive office staff, and particularly Ala Abramyan, who was a complete heroine when it comes to financial analysis. And we were able to drive this because we did a deep dive into the economics and also into that offered by competitors.
I think we can stress that offer by competitors as well. But I
Yes.
too, Debbie, I've worked with Debbie on this and the staff. And they've done an amazing job. And John's stepping in also with his analysis of where all the parking problems was a great help in negotiating this contract with Passport. And I think we're ahead of the game, and hopefully we'll have a productive relationship going forward that will not cost the town the amounts of money that it has cost in the past. So thank you, Debbie.
Just a quick question, this is just for online payment, correct? Of violations, can people
they
still
can-
pay in person?
They can, they walk in person, they're still working on a passport software system.
Okay, so are all violations now paid online or expected to be?
They can be
paid
played online, but if so, the,
if they pay
you know,
in
I don't wanna
person?
misspeak, Debbie, I
Okay.
would prefer to double check.
Writing on the tickets is not legible. They don't know what the violations are, so the tickets are void, and they never can collect that money. All right?
Okay.
For the Long Island Sound watershed to work together on projects, to participate jointly in grant applications and other kinds of initiatives. Certainly, we need it. So this resolution approves the bylaws of this organization that have been agreed to by all of the membership communities, and the intermunicipal agreement that will provide a framework for us going forward.
Yeah, I mean, this is an agreement among virtually every community that surrounds us, from Rybrook, Portchester, City of Rye, Town and Village of Mamaroneck, even the Town Village of Harrison, which is really not on the water, but they're part of it as well.
And Scarsdale.
And Scarsdale.
And
as well.
Larchmont.
And Larchmont. So, well, Larchmont is on the Sound. So, basically, all of the communities in our area are part of this. And what it does is it gives us increased clout, if you will, when we're dealing with state agencies or federal agencies in securing funds, because we, as a Sound community, speak with one voice. And this is a very, very forceful, if you will, agreement that we're all participating in. So I think this is really beneficial. Debbie, you were at that meeting. Do you want to comment on it?
Yeah, I think it's very beneficial for us to understand when something happens that has to do with climate or water or flooding, or, you know, the systems can't handle water and we have to close our beaches and that. It affects all of our communities. So our municipal lines we have in terms of where the town of Rye borders are and the various villages and other towns. But these weather events and things that happen in the environment don't follow the same lines. And we're all interdependent. What one municipality does can impact another municipality as far as their own, have negative environmental impacts on another municipality. And so I think it's very important for us to work together with our neighbors. And so I'm really pleased that there's several initiatives tonight and resolutions on the agenda that have to do with the environment and sustainability. And I think that the town of Rye has done a really good job so far at staying at the forefront. And I hope we're going to continue to do so. So yeah, I think it's very important, and I'm pleased that we're part of it.
Thank you. Would you like to make the motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Thank you. Call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yes.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes. Our next resolution is a fun one we do at least once a year, sometimes twice. Budget modifications. John, you want to tell us what this is all about?
I'll give permission for, I'll let them get involved in it.
So the budget modifications, as many of you know, Debbie's, of course, is new, is at the end of our fiscal year. It's important for us to take a look at any line items that have come in actuality. The actual spend is different more than or less than what was budgeted. And if the spending was more than, we balance that out with another line where the spending was under, so that we basically create a revised budget for 2025. This is a budget modification issue. So the backup is attached to your resolution. The modifications, if you take a quick look, are really quite small. You know, $1,000 here, a couple $1,000 there. It all balances out. I'm happy to answer any questions.
I just want to stress that the total appropriations for the year don't change. It's just how it's reallocated within the lines as the year goes on. You know, one budget line may have spent more on pencils than they anticipated, and another budget line may have spent less on paper clips, for example. And then there are, you know, several different areas, but none of them, as Debbie points out, none of them are egregious or numbers aren't crazy. It's not like we underspent, you know, one line by $300,000 or overspent one line by $300,000.
Yeah, for example, the top line item, our court security outsourcing company forgot to change our bills for several years in a row. They were entitled to a year-over-year escalation, but they just forgot to bill us for it. So they're entitled to those funds. We agreed to them. We're making the modification.
For the total, there's $6,000. It's not a significant
Correct.
number.
I will say that in honor of former Councilwoman Lindsay Jackson and former Councilwoman Jill Axelrod, we spend a lot of time every year on the budget. And, you know, Lindsay used to just really drill down on these little micro movements of money, but I want to say that this council we're very good financial stewards. We are doing our best with the administrative audit office, or the administrative audit office is doing their best for us to make sure that we meet and not exceed goals every year. So taxpayer dollars are in very careful hands.
All right. Thank you, Pam. And with that, may I have a motion and a second?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yes.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes. Resolution to approve the proposal from the Friends of Crawford Park to install a bluestone walking path. I think that we have a picture. The Friends would like to install a path at George's Garden. You can show pictures. I think this is very non-controversial.
Right, this is what these are pictures of what the current garden looks like. It is this path that the Friends propose to address so that it's no longer a muddy mess. And this is a picture of the preferred path, and they have a contractor who they have already identified. They have discussed this project in detail with Victor Federico. He's in full support, and they would like a blessing to go forward.
I'm not even sure it requires a full resolution, but we have one. So, may I have a motion and a second to accept the proposal from the Friends of Crawford Park?
Can I just ask a question first?
Sure.
Do we know what the useful life is of this path and maintenance, and is that gonna require maintenance? And is
For
that
that, I'm
to be
gonna
the
call
town's
Victor
maintenance?
Federico. Hold on. Vic, you're on.
Sorry, just wanna understand whether there's gonna be ongoing costs.
Yeah, and just for anyone who doesn't know, George was our Town of Bright caretaker for many, many years, and the fact that the Friends have created this bench and want to keep his legacy alive and beautify his legacy within a place that was so near and dear to him. I have to thank the Friends.
Yes, it's gonna be a beautiful pathway. I've met with the landscaper that will be doing it. It'll be a bluestone or flagstone pathway. They wanted something natural that would look fine down there. The pathway right now, we've tried putting wood chips and whatever, but it's very uneven. How long would this last? Well, where it is and how often it will be walked on, you're gonna get 25 to 50 years out of it, at least.
Yeah, and
So it
in
wouldn't
ans-
require ongoing maintenance?
No.
Well, in answer to your question, the Friends maintain that garden, so they will be maintaining.
They would
the
maintain
path.
it if
Yeah,
there's any
Yeah.
cost, okay.
Anything else?
not for now.
Thank you.
You may be
Thank you.
back.
No, George was a good guy. He left us too soon. He was a good friend. Do anything for you. So I think this is a worthwhile project.
Well, I agree. Well, anyway, I may have a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
We'll do a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 And now we come up to another fun part, our homestead base proportions. Charles, would you like to take care of this? Tell us tell the audience viewing at home, what is a homestead base proportion?
Charles Zaba, Town Assessor. Good evening. This is obviously an annual fun event we usually do, is we sit here and explain what base proportions are. Just to give you a little history on it, back when we did our first revaluation to go to 100%, this was in 2004, 2005, we came out with our base proportions. At that point, we were approximately 70-30 residential properties to commercial properties. So annually, we have to readjust the base proportion for any physical changes or market changes. So from year to year, it could fluctuate. If the market's down in residential, we could see a shift onto commercial. Commercial's down, we could see a shift onto residential. So this is something we have to do for the villages and the school districts, which then gets approved by New York State. And then obviously the board now approves it, and then will be applied to all the tax bills going forward for the year.
Explain, who set these base proportions that we are now approving?
They go by how the shift changes. So I create the base report, the adjusted base proportions by how the shift in our values from year to year. So if we increase a value for residential properties in a certain area and at, let's say, 6%, and commercial only went up at 3%, we could see a shift towards more residential property value for the next year. So as the values go up and down, there'll be an adjustment to the proportions.
All right, thank you. Any questions about that? And I would like to, the way we're going to do this, we'll take them one at a time, but we're gonna do this by voice vote. And just for everybody's edification, item 7.19 is a history of the homestead, non-homestead based proportions prepared by our clerk.
That's
Who-
the spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet that shows the history over time. So, let's start, as they said, as they said in the Sound of Music, let's start at the very beginning. Okay. Resolution to establish a homestead base proportion for the, I guess the first one is for the town of Rye.
Right.
May I have a motion and a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution to establish a homestead-based proportion for the village of Portchester.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We can do this more quickly. Resolution of the town board to establish a homestead-based proportion for the village of Rybrook.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution of the town board to establish a homestead-based proportion for the Portchester School District.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
resolution of the town board to establish a homestead-based proportion for the Rhinebeck School District.
So
Make-
moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. We forgot Blind Brook.
Yeah, it's next.
Okay.
That's right, it's at 7:28.
Got it. Oh, I
I
see.
know, they stuck Rhinebeck in between, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Resolution of the
this.
town board to establish a homestead-based proportion for the Blind Brook School District.
Got it. I'm looking at the master grid. Yes, please, moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, our next item is a resolution regarding the adoption of the revised employee handbook. Debbie, this is all yours.
So midway through 2025, the town engaged a human resources consultant, and together with the executive office staff, did a deep dive to review our current employee personnel policy and our handbook, and with the assignment to update it to ensure that all of the pieces are consistent and support each other, in terms of, you know, not having, I'm at the words, just, basically, we want to ensure consistency and equity throughout the policy. Also, we wanted to make sure that we were in complete compliance with New York State regulations with regard to the policies that we were carrying. And there have been a number of additions as well. Lastly, you had a memo several weeks ago from John Priscantelli and I, because we observed, with the help of David Burns, that the town was following a practice that was not memorialized in the personnel policy. So we have now added that. There's actually two, and that is namely the town pays our retirees and their dependents. We reimburse them for their Medicare Part B payments, and if they have IRMA payments, we reimburse them for that as well. And we are now collecting backup for that, but we've been doing it over the years. It was just not written down, so it's now written down. And specifically, the reimbursements for retiree medical, vision, and dental care, for employees hired prior to January 1st of 2009, who retire after 10 years of service, over the age of 55, the commitment was that the town would continue to ensure that they can pay the same contribution to their medical care as they were paying at that time, which is 15%. So that is also written down now. Any questions?
Did everybody get a copy of the handbook?
Everybody got a copy of the handbook and an outline of the changes and an invitation to hold a meeting if they so choose, or to submit questions or concerns. Same thing to the town council, was submitted on October 31st of 2025. It is good policy to adopt the personnel handbook every year. And we did not do that in January because we wanted to take a closer look at some of the policies. We're now confident that we're on solid ground, and I'm presenting it to the council for adoption in February.
Okay.
Normally, we do this at the
New York.
reorganization meeting, but as Debbie said, it was still in a state of flux, so we wanted to present the final version, and that's what we're doing tonight.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Further
Thank you.
questions? You're welcome.
It's important to have clarity, so thank
Yeah.
you for taking the time to go through. I know it's a lot of work.
Thank you.
Motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next one is A resolution to authorize the administrator to enter into a contract with Cengage Learning. Debbie, tell us what this is about.
Yes, so many of our staff and council members will recognize that they, in the past couple of years, we've been, you received short educational programming and requests to do training from a company called KnowBe4. We had a several-year agreement with KnowBe4 that specialized in ensuring that everybody was aware of good cyber hygiene.
Like, don't open that email.
That was it. Don't click on that thing. Yes. We have, this Cengage is a company that was very well recommended, is used by several of our neighboring communities and saves us a considerable amount of money in training costs, and so I'm recommending that we hire the Cengage instead, which is what this does.
How much are we saving?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember off the top of my head. A couple of $1,000s a year.
All right, okay, thank you. Any questions?
Motion.
May I have a motion in a second?
Make the motion.
Debbie, Hope, call the roll, please.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yes.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes.
We're getting looped.
Our last resolution to approve extending the contract with Simon Security Systems for enhanced coverage of Crawford Park. This is to improve our surveillance system at a contract amount not to exceed $26,377. I believe the council is all aware of this. May I have a motion and a second?
Make the motion.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Hope, please call the roll.
Councilperson Friedman?
Yes.
Councilperson Jaffe?
Yep.
Councilperson Nardi?
Yes.
And Supervisor Zuckerman?
Yes. Reports, do we have a Crawford report tonight? If not, do we?
It's up, but it's also in your agenda, so we don't need to spend time on it unless you would
Okay,
like to.
Thank you.
Cool.
Everybody
Great
good?
job, Crawford team.
All right, good. Does Vic have a separate report, or is it gonna remain in hiding?
I'll roust him.
Considering the length of the agenda, we got through it in an hour.
Right.
If he says no, it's okay.
He did. He said no.
Okay, thank you, Vic. John, do you have a report for us? Sure. Or are you gonna say no also?
No, this is exciting for John.
Sure, I have the January report to review. Is that up? Well,
Don't think we have, do we have it?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Hope has it.
We all have it in our computers.
Oh, you don't have any computers?
We have it.
Yeah, you have it.
I said we do
I
have
have a
it.
spreadsheet.
Oh, great, for
We got the
2026, great.
spreadsheets.
Great, so, let's talk about the tax receivables. If you know, at first glance, the number's higher this year compared to this year, but that's really driven by, 2024 liens, which weren't in last year, right? So if you factor out the 2024 liens, we're really in good shape. Overall, we've had $775,000 receivables this year versus $1,308,000 when you compare it apples to apples. So really, our receivables are going in the right direction.
Good.
Overall. Okay, so a couple of other things I'd like to bring to mind is that if you look at the in-rem property, which is foreclosed property, the first three items, compared to last year, we're at roughly for the in-rem properties this year versus last year, this year at $163K versus $431K. So the in-rem are also moving in the right direction, and Jeff collected a big property in December, 143 Westchester Avenue for about $236K. So again, they're moving in the right direction, and I know that Jeff's been working on it, on the other ones. Also, I just want you to know that the 2023 taxes are gonna go to in rem in February. Okay, so we're gonna have February of this year, yeah, because it's 18 months, right? It was 2 years, but now it's 18 months, so we're gonna have a whole new set of in-rem properties, new in-rem properties in February, and they're gonna be substantial. There are 52 properties.
Oof.
Okay?
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a lot of properties, so be prepared for a big spreadsheet next month. Okay, and it's
That
in-rem,
reverses your
and it's
good
in-rem,
trends.
not
Oh.
REM, as Gary pointed out to me. Okay, so what I also want to point out to you is when you look at these schedules, okay, on this first page for in-rem, that's only the original property where the lien was begun, okay? So if you look at that's the original property where the,
Are we looking at Schedule C?
you're looking at, well, you can, but I'm still on the first page.
Oh, you're on the first page, I'm on the second page.
Okay, well, we can go to, but I just want to point out that when you look at the first schedule, okay, those in-rem properties are the original lien amount. Okay, that doesn't include liens subsequent to when it went in-rem, as well as interest, as well as penalty and interest. Now, to your point, Gary, if you go to the next Schedule C, that shows the total amount, which includes penalty, interest, and additional liens. So the total of those in-rem properties are $962,731. That sits on our balance sheet. Okay, on our balance sheet, it includes.
John, I'm not looking at the right one, I'm looking at,
Are you looking at January 2026, or just, yeah, so
Jan-
we've got 12/31/2025.
Right.
Oh, okay,
So
well,
that's why none of the numbers that you're saying match what we're looking at.
I have January,
Okay.
But January's
Yeah.
uploaded also.
but it's
Okay.
uploaded also.
Where?
No.
Let's look.
Then
Oh,
refresh it.
This is the sheet that says tax.
They both say
receivable
December,
summary with
so-
No,
two-year
but I-
comparison as of January.
Yes.
Can you tell me where to find
If
it?
you, if you.
We might need to
it, 'cause there's
refresh.
indicators and
Hope is just, is it, no.
Okay, gotta refresh. Updated.
I'm sorry, we're looking at the tax collection, we're looking at, for the receivables, we're looking at.
Financials, but I think you have it all.
That's not good.
Okay, so if you pop open the,
See, I have.
I only have 12/31.
in-rem, no, excuse me, the tax receivable,
you
first
have
one,
the 131
last one.
and the 131.
No,
Okay, so there's the last one right here.
oh, I have it now.
Okay, so again, moving in the right direction. If you really wanted to compare this apples to apples, you'd back out the 2024 lien property because that wasn't outstanding last year. So again, moving in the right direction. Overall receivables, if you back out that 956,000, it's 775 versus 1,308,000 on an apples to apples basis. Okay? See that, 2024.
That's the number, I'm looking at the bottom number, okay.
So if you back that out and compare it apples to apples,
Right.
this is about 775K versus 1,308,000. So it's moving in the right direction. Okay. So the other thing I was gonna point out.
Thank you, Carla.
Oh, so we're taking out the 956 from
Yeah,
the
because if you wanna look at
2024,
it
right.
apples to
Okay,
apples.
that's fine.
Yeah. So if you
Okay.
go here on these three items, okay, which are in-rem properties, compared to last year, again, they're moving in the right direction.
Okay, so
Okay, they're at about 163 versus about 488. So that's also moving in the right direction. And a big contributor to that was here, where, as I said, a big in-rem property was collected by Jeff in December. Okay, and I know he's working on other ones.
Jeff went out to he went out and knocked on the door and said, give me your money.
It's been done before.
So everybody understands that? Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing I wanted to point out is when you look at this schedule, right? This is only the original principal amount when the property went first into lien. Alrighty, so that's only about $163,000, but that's not what's on the balance sheet. If you go to the next schedule, can you pull up the next schedule, which is Schedule C? Yeah. And I think it's important that you know that, because you're not seeing the whole picture, right? No, it's the next one. It's the one above that we're looking
Right
at.
there.
Yeah, right there. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, again, this is what appears on the balance sheet. Okay, not the original $163,000. That doesn't include liens subsequent to the original property lien. It includes liens after that plus penalty and interest. So this is what appears on the balance sheet, 153 plus 209 plus 599, which is about $962,000. So that amount includes the original lien plus subsequent liens plus penalty and interest.
Yeah, but
That's on
John,
the balance sheet.
we have to figure out a way to take that Schedule A.
Yeah.
Because those properties are basically dead to us. I mean, we own the Oriole Place property outright. We just haven't taken the deed on the two others. So those properties are already in rem. They shouldn't really be on the balance sheet.
Okay, fine, then I'll talk to the auditors of how we wanna book, we have a reserve, they might already be reserved.
I think you need to talk not only to the auditors, but to the state controller's office
Okay,
as
I will do that.
to how to handle that.
Yeah, I will do that, because they are old, and we did take title to one of the properties?
Yeah, it's town
Are we
around,
on that?
the
The first
Oriole
one,
Place.
the Oriole, the
And that's a
first
really,
one.
yeah, and so, and the other
The
ones are
Oriole,
really-
the first one we own.
Okay,
The second one is a sliver of land on King Street. The
okay,
property is in Greenwich. That 1093 King Street is a sliver of land that is several hundred square feet.
okay,
That's located just off the road on King Street before the Greenwich property line where the rest of the property is
Okay.
located. And the third one is a cell tower on top of the housing authority,
which is a bone of contention,
which is a bone of contention.
everybody. So, the first two, I'll talk to Dan, I met Dan, who's in the auditing division, for New York State. I'll talk to him this week, see what he wants to do, and let's make it a point to get that off the books for this year, for the audit. So that going into 2026 is off the books.
In one way or another.
All right.
And the other one is on Schedule B, that's in litigation.
Okay,
And in Schedule C, Jeff is about to file in-rem papers on those
great,
properties.
great. Because like I said, 52 more properties in February are gonna come up, and that's a lot of properties. And, again, they will continue on, penalty and interest will be continue on accruing. So that's gonna be pretty substantial. Right now, I think it's $377,000. Of it includes penalty and interest?
Yes.
Okay, so, and it's gonna build until we get paid. So those are the really important things, I think, on this schedule. And a couple other things I wanna go over too.
I think we have to, before you, Jeff, we're gonna have to, when that date, when you give Jeff the date that they go in rem, Jeff will be sending out letters
Okay.
notifying them of a redemption date. Because we send out a letter, the law requires 90 days, we usually give them 120 days. And then, after that, he can file the in rem petition.
Carl and myself have already been going over that schedule. Carl is actually doing it, so
Okay.
we'll have the actual principal, penalty and interest ending balance.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Other than that, this month, I know Carla will get to it, I don't wanna steal her thunder, but we literally sent out about 59,400,000 we collected and sent out to the schools in school tax. So that was sent out beginning of February, right? And that's out the door.
It's just the very one.
John said we can hear you on that. Well, but I don't usually talk about that.
she's probably gonna talk about something else. And the other thing I also have to let you know is the audit starts next week. Okay? Audit starts next week. Already?
The audit for the town?
Yeah.
Or have they done the audit for the court?
Yes. But I don't know.
Just asking.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
It went pretty quick,
That's
as I
okay.
understand it, so hopefully
Good.
it won't.
Thank you.
John, they're gonna be there all week? Whole week?
You know, I asked Debbie about that, probably 4 days.
It's usually a 4-day audit,
Right.
and then the 5th day is at the court. So the court's already been done, so I would expect that it's gonna be a 4-day audit.
All right.
Ready? Thank you.
Hold on, wait, John.
Oh.
Can't go quite yet. Do any of the council members have any questions for our controller?
No.
No?
No.
Now you can go.
Now you can go.
Thank you. All right. Now we can get to the receiver.
Hey everyone. I don't know what to talk about. The Village of Rybrook, second
I think
installment.
you should introduce yourself.
Carla Pugliese, receiver of taxes. The only thing that's going on right now is the Village of Rybrook, second installment taxes have been mailed and they're online. They're due by February 28th. We are allowed to give them till March 2nd by law, since the 28th falls on a Saturday. Just another note that we did send delinquent letters to schools and county taxes. So if you did get them, please pay them because the penalty will just keep going up. You can pay online, it's safe and secure, and it's really the easiest way to do that at this point. We've gotten a lot of calls from people that we did not receive their checks, and that's a big concern for us. So we're really pushing the online payment at this point.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
and
we really
I think-
are.
I think we should consider sending a text MyGov out to people.
We're gonna put a little, we're gonna put a slip in the county bills, like a separate slip, just to encourage it more. And hopefully that'll, that'll push people
They
more.
can set up automatic payments too,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Well, it's hard to set up automatic only because
The amounts might differ.
the amounts might differ, but they could set up their whole, account, the bank account, or their credit card, whatever they wanna do, they could do
Is-
that.
Is there a way with the system to be able to account for the difference? In other words, when, let's say your village bill is $4,000, for example, and the next village bill year might be $4,200. Is there a way that we could communicate automatically by computer with,
We count. Well, when they get their first
no,
bill,
I'm asking, I don't know how much about, for example, if you get a credit card bill,
yeah,
if you wanna set up an automatic payment,
right,
you could usually have three choices. You could
Right.
set up, I wanna pay the minimum,
right.
I wanna pay the full amount due, or I wanna pay a set amount. So is there anything that we could do regarding that where, because the bank will obviously know what those numbers are. So is there a way that when we have that set up, that we can make it easier so that the taxpayer
Payer can
would
do
be
it.
able to do something
I'm
and
not
say,
sure, I'd have to ask
Okay.
the company, but I understand what you're saying, like, when they get their first new bill, they'll know the two amounts. So, yeah, that would be good if they could just set them both up, right? No, I don't know offhand, but I could find out,
thanks, Carla.
yeah, you want,
Any, Carla,
yeah.
do any of the council members have questions of our receiver? No? Thank you, Carla. Town attorney, do you have anything else you would like to tell us?
I'd just like to accept all the praise for collecting all that money. I'd like to thank the Academy. Nothing.
Slow clap, slow clap.
That was very good.
All right,
Good luck next month with the 52 new ones, so.
all right, our tax collection numbers are filed. Town clerk's report is filed. Do you have anything you would like to add? Because I do see something.
Yes, to mark your calendars for the next mobile shredder event, which takes place on Saturday, March 14th, from 10 to 1 in the parking lot of the town of Ryan Village of Portchester.
I'm putting that in my calendar right now.
I actually just did too, and I showed Hope, I'm like, I'm going this time.
It's very easy and convenient. You don't even have to get out of your car. You
They
just
made it
drive up
easy.
and they'll take your papers and they'll put them in the shredder, and it's a really very convenient, easy way to dispose of those confidential documents.
I swear.
We get so many calls on this. People are
Is it
anxious
10
to have
o'clock?
it. 10, yes.
When in automatically?
10 to 1.
Oh, it says 10 to 11.
Saturday, March 14th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 222 Grace Church Street, as per the flyer.
Thank you, Deb.
You read that
Thank you,
very well.
Councilperson.
I also already put it in my calendar.
We all have it in our calendars.
Okay, great. That's,
Okay. Anything else from the council? Comments? Questions?
The only comment I have to say is, please pay your taxes. 52 residences is a lot. Please answer your mail, get in touch with the attorneys, work it out. You really need, we don't want your property. Please pay your taxes.
We really don't, we don't want your property. We really don't. We want
No.
you to pay the taxes.
You know, I know it's embarrassing, I know you're embarrassed, but been there, done that.
Yeah.
So, please find a way.
Especially now.
Thank you. And, you know, I just say this to people. The penalties, especially the school penalties, are very severe for unpaid taxes. You're dealing in, 12%, and it's, if possible, people can take out a mortgage at a much lower rate than that to make sure their taxes are paid. So please get your taxes in.
Our receiver's department is, we must follow the law.
Yeah, I know that the receiver fields calls. Can you give me a break? Can you waive the interest? Things like, she cannot do that. These are all done according to law. The interest cannot be waived, penalties cannot be waived. She has absolutely no authority to do that. So please pay your taxes. Thank you. And with that, I would like a motion to adjourn.
Wait, before that.
And I was gonna say, I have one last comment. You go
Yes.
first.
Oh, I thought I didn't hear anything. Oh, I'm sorry. Comments, please.
Yes, I want to thank the villages because we have gotten a heck ton of snow, and they have done a fantastic, fantastic job of keeping our roads clean and plowed and safe for residents. So credit goes there to the villages and those municipalities.
And I actually want to thank my colleagues on the board and our town clerk and the staff and everybody for having patience with me and answering all my questions and helping me get up to speed as I try to learn everything that goes on here. So thank you, really. It's been a pleasure to work with everybody, and I look forward to continuing to get to know everybody who I don't know yet and to continue to work, with everybody across the board. So thank you all.
I just want to say, you asked some very good questions. You asked a lot of them, but they're all very good, very intelligent, and very well thought out.
Thank
And it's a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.
Now, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Woo!